right, everyone, boom, we're live.
Boom.
Live from Winterclash 2019. Everyone make some noise. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming out.
Yeah,
Thank you,
thanks.
everybody, for watching online. If you can't tell right now, which you probably can't see, we're in front of a live audience now.
Mm-hmm. You could hear them, though.
Yeah, you can hear them.
Yeah.
So we got to make some noise. We got some very special guests this
Very
evening.
special guests. This is a very nice one, this little whole
Yeah,
thing.
two people we definitely been wanting to get on for a long time. So this is a
Yeah.
great opportunity now. And we're just going to cut the bullshit. We're not doing no intro, nothing like that. We're going straight into it.
Yeah, we're going straight into it.
All right, first guest, Eugen Enin.
Eugen Enin.
Damn, finally.
Welcome to the show, man. We've been wanting to have you on for a bit.
So you're a little taller. Let me make this higher.
Okay.
So first things first, we got to get this out of the way because we're both from New York, we're from America.
Yeah.
We don't know how to really, is it Eugen? We're trying to figure this out. We want to nail it right now. We want to finish it.
Okay, let's solve that classic problem. What's
Okay.
my name? You can call me whatever you want, first of all. As long as I understand that you talk to me.
Okay.
The Germans call me Eugen.
Okay.
The UK, US guys, English-speaking guys can just call me Eugene, it's all fine. But even other interpretations came over the way. Erod loves to call me Eugen, which is fine.
Eugen.
All right, okay.
Eugen. So yeah, Eugen is like the typical one.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm glad we got that
I
out of the way.
like Eugen. I like it sounds better.
Yeah, me too.
Can we actually lower this a little bit?
Well, good. I'm glad we got that out of the
Lower
way,
the
and
speakers.
everyone who's watching, and everyone who knows now knows it's Eugen, or you can call him Eugene. He's not particular about it.
It's all fine.
Yeah.
It's good.
So, how long are you in town for?
Right now?
Yeah, for the event.
We are leaving on Sunday, but it's...
Quickie.
Well, I feel like I'm already here since 3 days because we're always following the event from home through Instagram, all the updates. Me and my brother are really geeky on the phone and always like checking the Instagram hashtags, what's happening. I'm always in contact with the riders. Sam Crofts is already here and Nick Lomax since yesterday. Montre is here since Tuesday in town. So I feel like I'm already here since
It's like a
week.
full month thing already.
Yeah, exactly.
Totally.
Exactly.
You're like a Winterclash veteran, no? You've been here for a while?
I never thought about it, but right now, a few minutes ago, I realized, this is probably my 10th Winterclash.
Oh
right now.
shit, 10.
Yeah,
Damn. That's a lot. Yeah, so you're definitely a veteran.
Yeah. It's a lot, actually.
Yeah, well, you're from Germany, right?
Yeah.
So it started in your country, so.
Yeah, it's even more cheating for me. So actually, I live in Borken, and Borken is like just 10 minutes from the Netherlands border on the western part of Germany.
Okay.
So for me to come to Eindhoven is just 1 hour and 30 minutes by car.
Oh, wow.
So I'm just cheating.
Yeah, that was funny when I was like, oh, when can you we could set up a date to do this, whatever. He's like, I could be there. I could just drive whenever. I'm like okay. It's like driving to another state.
Yeah,
but you
yeah.
said you're from Borkland,
Yeah.
right? And you guys call your crew Borkland Zoo,
Yeah.
right? And I know you guys have a lot of love for Borkland Zoo, I guess Brooklyn Zoo,
Yeah.
which is like a hip hop group from Brooklyn,
Yeah.
and Wu-Tang and stuff like that. I just want to know what your love for that came from. I guess besides just the music, or you having that name kind of grew into it, or what?
Culture.
It's
It's
culture?
all about the culture. So yeah, I basically grew up in Borken. Borken is a town, but we always call it Borkland as a joke because it's a suburb. But about suburbs, the kids always want to be like the kids in the bigger towns.
Yeah.
So my uncle is one generation older than me, and it was a big time when he was young and cool and fresh. I basically grew up with whatever he's doing, so everything about hip hop, and a lot of Wu-Tang, Tupac, Biggie, everything. And I grew up with this kind of stuff. Plus, I always had a love for old kung fu movies and Japanese culture, or in generally Asian culture. So it's obvious for me that I fell in love with Wu-Tang.
Yeah. It's funny because Wu-Tang is all about Shaolin ninja type of stuff, and it definitely shows in your skating too. You have a very ninja style with the way you skate, and I was curious if that influenced your skating at all in any way or whatever. But you said you were into that stuff anyway.
It kind of happened naturally. So when I was younger, I was always, you know the deal, if you grew up, you watch up to your idols and heroes,
Yeah.
and just copy and redo it with your own style, and then you grew into something new, especially with you guys. Shout out to your boss.
Oh.
They're like, yeah, no, I'm not joking, huge influence on me. And even Billy in the early days when he was having man bun and stuff and the white clothes, he looks like an urban ninja as fuck, and Austin too, and it was always inspiring for me. But in the beginning, I was still into other waves and stuff, and it kind of happened naturally. Like the last 3 years, I think I finally realized like where I want to go and how I want to show my stuff. And now it really crystallized. Okay, I want to go into this urban ninja thingy. And in the end, like, oh, actually, it's where it's all started for me with my interest in music, rollerblading, everything into this. Yeah,
your roots go deep, I guess. It's like I've been a big fan of your skating for a while too, and I'm glad we're finally doing this because I never even met you until like literally 5 minutes ago. And it's funny that that shows through your skating, and it's really defined your style. Not even just the way you skate, but just your edits that come out, or all that kind of style, and the way it comes out. And you filmed with your brother, if I'm correct, from what I heard?
Shout out to my brother. He's sitting here? Like there in front.
There we go.
This is my younger brother.
Yeah, that's your brother with the Bulls starter jacket? Oh my God, I saw you walk in and I was like,
he's so
this man has a Bulls
he's wearing more G's than my
jacket.
uncle. That's the funniest thing. I kind of pushed him into it.
But your brother skateboards, right? Or
Yeah,
like that,
but let's say different. So obviously we grew up together at the skate park. He's only like 5 years younger than me, so I always bring him. And he can rollerblade a bit. He can do some grinds and drop quarters, but it just kind of happened naturally. Like he tried to skateboard, me too, but it kind of, I can skate a bit mini ramp or something, but I didn't felt it. And he felt it, and he's really good and talented. He's still skateboarding up to date, but just on a chill level. You don't want to go full professional or something. So, but he was always hanging around with me. He saw all the process of me getting sponsored, getting pro, and at one point he was just for fun filming his homies, and then it developed into what you know now at Sportland Zoo.
Yeah, so he was like a filmer already for his boys and stuff.
Yeah.
So your crews like skate together a lot, like the skateboarders and bladers?
Actually, yes. I think everybody who's like skating from tinier towns knows it. Like in Germany, it's like the bigger cities still have this kind of rollerblading skateboard beef going on, which is makes no sense. And in the smaller cities, there's no beef because you have so less skateboarders and bladers that we are on the same eye level. Even with the BMXers, we are all the same. We are hanging around. I know the older guys and the younger kids since they started. Like some of my best homies in my town are skateboarders. And it's totally normal.
Yeah, it's funny because like different places have different like blade skateboard beef. Like I guess you say in the smaller towns it's not so much, but even like in New York, like where we're from, we didn't get it as much. It was like more so in California. But
it's like an East Coast West Coast thing, and I guess you have the same way too.
Do you still get that a lot over in Germany, like in the bigger cities? Like is the beef? Because I feel like it's like dying down in America a little bit.
I think too it's dying down. It's still happening from time to time. I don't want to be like a bit skateboard Nazi racistic, but for me it's always the older guys, like always old-minded people, not so open for new cultures. They're hating even more on the scooter kids than us. Blah blah blah, all this shit talk. But I see a good development, especially the younger skateboarders, and are more down with what we are doing. And especially with the trend in rollerblading that we are a bit more open-minded for their kind of style, their kind of tricks. Like even the latest blade flicks look like Supreme-inspired flicks. And skateboarders sometimes are watching it and like, oh, this looks actually pretty nice.
Everything's getting more tasteful.
Yeah, exactly. Totally. I think we are going into a really major and good direction with rollerblading. It's not so angry youth anymore as it used to be.
It is more refined.
And it's all these different options too. You don't have to just do one way. There's all these different styles.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the thing about like your style. Like it's like so technical. It's like something you don't traditionally see in like in Germany much, or like in your group like that technical. So like, do you like, how did you, because you definitely stand out amongst like that, which like your particular style. So like, did you have like any guys in particular who you like looked up to, like, oh, these are like, this is influence of the tech style? Or
dude, we need another one to start this.
It's too much.
Let it rip.
There are way too many names to name it. It started to my early beginnings, but one of the major influences when I started, when I saw my first switch ups. I'm a late bloomer, first of all. Like my first video was Killer Boots, but I restarted.
Uncloned?
Killer Boots.
Oh, Killer Boots.
Yeah, way too late. I started rollerblading pretty early, 2001 or something. But I saw my first. I was a sub-up kiddie until I got to know the culture. It was already almost too late. So my first video was I saw somewhere Killer Boots, and then I restarted the history kind of. I'm a nerd. I get all the videos from my homies, all the VGs and everything, and seeing Hi-Fi and Be Unique, and even before this, seeing Coupe de Tarte and everything, and seeing the development was for me like more interesting than seeing the tricks itself. And then it kind of happened naturally, like, okay, I see my first Sean Kelso switch up when he was young and hungry. Wasn't watching for his hands and just throwing it. I was like, wow, this looks like dancing. And then other people, like even before him, all the crazy rail dances we had all these years. And it was like the first taste when I got into technical skating. And then when over the years, the technical skating itself developed with all the clean skaters. Victor Arias is like water to me. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
He's never shaking.
Yeah.
He's like in one of these thingies to check if the table is straight.
Like a leveler.
It's crazy. Yeah. And then like people like Richie Eisler who were putting technical skating on a switch normal level, which is not normal at all. And I learned through the history, kind of learned through the present. Yeah, and try to make my own thingy for the future for myself, kind of. And this is how it all developed. But it was a lot. It's not like I just tried it and it happened.
Yeah.
So I'm a park kiddie actually. Like I'm dropping all this street footage, but no people who following my Bockling Zoo stuff see. Most of the time in the week, I'm just skating the skate park. Just
that one park you guys always skate.
It kind of makes sense too. Like
we do the same shit too.
Yeah, heading out to the streets in a week, dangerous. Dangerous.
Too much.
Yeah, the people don't like this.
It seems like you have infinite skate spots too, because you put out a lot of edits, and you always mostly skating something different too.
This is the mission. This is my favorite mission. You know the deal. Back in the day, it was always like if you had a big group, you're going to the same old spots, warming up, repeating tricks, trying new ones. This was like the process, and it was the same for me with my group because it's hard to find new spots for a 5-head group, and most of the people, one guy likes this spot, the other one is more of a handrail guy, and then finding a spot that everybody skates, down rail, all ledge, and it's ended up a bit boring. And over the years, since I since good homies of mine quit rollerblading, personal reasons and stuff, I only have a small group, actually just my brother and Sven Nischen, a homie from another city. So now it's kind of easier, I can concentrate on spots. So what to do? Like, I'm really searching spots, I'm going on. Dude, it would be, now it's getting geeky. I'm going on Google Maps.
Yeah. Doing that serious stuff.
Google Maps and searching for new buildings and then churches and stuff. And always like local homies, they are the heroes. They're always helping me out. Oh, again, I found something interesting. It's probably too crazy, but check this picture. I'm going there, checking it out. And and the mission is always for me to my brother. He's even more OCD about than me, like always finding new ones. And that, for sure it's hard. We always kind of go back to old spots, but sometimes they are so old that people don't even remember it.
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes I'm even, once I did it, I hope Dominic probably won't listen right now here. Shout out to Dominic Wagner.
Shout out Dominic Wagner.
We had him on earlier.
Yesterday, this is like my funniest story with new spots findings. If you wait long enough, an old spot can be a brilliant new one.
Of course.
So there's like a
there's
like a wooden rail in Düsseldorf, and it was like in Dominic Wagner's ignition profile, rail out of wood with side pieces. Like the rows you can get catched up. The wood is already old, so you can just
stuck on it.
Yeah, exactly. And he did a fish brain to it, and the landing have like a pole and stuff, killed it. So I came there. I came there over 10 years, probably 12 years later, and I was like, oh fuck, what should I do here? And I'm like a top soul fish brain guy too. This is like the most chill trick on something down, which is wooden. So I was like, oh, I can't repeat myself watching to Danny. And Danny's like, my brother's like, oh, it's up to you. It's already 10 years ago. It's fine. And I'm like, I don't know. And I shot really like first the grab topsail and then the fish brain for the cover. And I was curious, but in the end, I met Dominic. Dominic's like, I love to see you doing this again because it's been so long ago. So I think nowadays, like,
that's true.
Yeah, you can go again. And I think this is even, to swipe a bit away, this is the whole topic about my one Mac cover too, where I made...
I was going to ask about that.
Yeah, as a shout out.
Yeah.
It's a good transition, I think. My shout out to John Julio. It was just paying homage, but a few people felt offended. I understand why they feel offended, totally. Like, me copying, I'm not worth it, I'm not on the level, it's totally fine. But it was never my intent to kind of make something new to it.
I didn't understand the animosity for that either, because when I first saw it too, it was before I saw people like talking about it online, whatever, and I was like, oh, it's pretty cool, you know, like, because I got caught the reference and everything like that, and then I saw what people thought about it, and I'm like, really? I'm like, you clearly, like, I didn't know you personally, but like, you seem like a nice guy, and like, you're paying homage to, you know, the OGs and John Julio and stuff like that, and to find out that was even before your time is like cooler too, because, you know, you're paying respect to the history before you got into the sport. And obviously there was no offense to that, right? It was just like...
It was just paying respect to one of the greatest we have, and one of the most stylish one.
And I'm sure John like probably loved it.
He gave me even shout out and tagged me and everything. All was fine. It's just the core super core guys.
Yeah,
they kind of was like, oh, only Sagona himself is allowed to do it.
See, but like, if
I don't get that either.
Yeah. Dude, it's all fine. I'm not even hating on them. I understand totally their opinion. But this is what I wanted, how I wanted to swipe from the old spot, new spot story. I think it's possible. It just takes time. And it's even refreshing to remind, especially the newer generations. We have kids out there.
That's true.
I'm swiping too many topics. Sorry, guys.
No, go for it.
Yeah.
I like that. We're New Yorkers. We talk fast, too. So, like, you talk fast also. I don't know if people could catch up.
But this is like another main topic which is always in my mind. Like we have a new upcoming and upgrowing generation, which is important, which will be probably the roots for the whole next things that will happen in rollerblading. Like Martin Denning, Marius Geile, and all the kids out there. And for sure, I'm not want them, push them into knowing their history. But when I grew up, I'm really glad that I kind of studied the old school videos because it gave me a different point of view. First of all, Then second, like knowledge, and not like geeking out. I mean, like knowledge. You really study. This is how Julio doing a topsoul. Before him, somebody did it like this and that. Then they came with soyals, and then they started this switch up. Before it would be hard to do the switch ups because nobody did soyals. So it kind of the development is so important, and for sure history aspects too. Who was sponsored, all the companies and stuff. But I think it's important, like knowing your history, and this is what I wanted to show with a picture. Like I know not my history, but I know the history of rollerblading. I respect Julio a lot, and this is my homage. This was like the 23rd BMAC one, 23 on his. Was it Jordan? It was Jordan, yeah, it was a Jordan tag, and I put on the LeBron one, was more of a joke. Yeah. And yeah, this was like my way to pay homage and show even like an example to the younger generation, like, hey guys, do you know the original cover? Yeah. And if you, I think most of the kid was like, what the fuck is it? Why is Eugen wearing a basketball thingy? But if you kids get it, like Marius Geile was sending me like, hey, nice, I remember the cover and stuff. I saw it once and I was like, yes, a few kids.
No, it's sick because like not only are you paying homage, like you're saying, but it kind of brings John's thing back to life. Like you're helping it live on. Yeah. So I can't see how anyone would want to criticize that. But at the end of the day, I think it's a good thing to do. It's awesome. Nice. Like, it's like being John, you'd be like, oh, that's awesome. Like, you know, and then you're keeping his thing alive. That's right.
I like the thing about going like knowing your history, whatever, because people don't skate now how they did in the 90s. Yeah. But it's like old school is like back, kind of, you know, like vintage is back, and like learning how people did shit back in the day, or the way people did tricks, what tricks they did, how they skated a spot. It's different than we skate spots now, and stuff that you might have looked back on 10 years ago from the 90s and been like, oh, like I can't believe we used to do that, but now you look back at it and you have different respect for it. And there's like certain clips and videos where you look back and you're like, holy shit, I used to watch this like a million times, and now I'm like looking back at it now and I'm thinking about it, and it's like no one's done anything like that since. And you could take that and run with it somewhere else. And, you know, that's definitely why it's good to go back and learn your history.
This is another, like, one of my main keys is always in my back mind. Like, people always joking around, I'm so creative and stuff. But honestly, most of the stuff I'm doing nowadays, not 80%, but I'd say like 75%, is something you could easily see in an old school video. You just need to open your eyes. Like, channel grinds, the stuff that Joe Zank is doing. Shout out to Joe Zank, the master of channel grinds. I'm doing them sometimes the Healy ones, and he's way better, but I'm just putting them here and there. I like them, but they've been there forever. Like, if you know it for sure, like with Chris Edwards was doing it in a half pipe times. They even been like rollerblade skates with
the little grooves.
With more grooves for these grinds. But when you started, hey guys, when you started doing them more often, like even channel 1 putt slides and stuff, he's amazing on it. People have been like amazed, what is this? I never saw this before. And I was tiny bit like even laughing, like, oh, come on guys.
Yeah, well, that's something different though, because you guys are doing it on rails now and shit.
We definitely,
shit like that wasn't done back in the day, but that's why it's cool to do stuff like that.
But what I wanted to say, like, there's so much inspiration. We are not even close to, maybe we've seen like all generic and typical ways of tricks, like a simple topsoul, but there's still a million different ways, and especially for old school tricks. Some people know like my infamous, I have a trick list, maybe I can show you later. I have like a tiny trick list, a bit bigger actually, where I'm saving inspirations and I'm trying them on my P-rail and then saving them up for proper spots or something. And most of the tricks are just inspired from other guys, like a lot of new school guys, the DRC guys, Carrie Abel and all his homies. And for sure, Danny Beer and Sean Keane, so many inspirations. I can't even start where to say, like, even in skiing, skateboarding, scootering really too, they're so fast. They can do switch-ups forever, it's insane.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And I think we're not even close. And my main inspiration, even up to date, people like always talking about present and we should do new stuff, and even everything Bobby's doing. You can see if you put attention like to it, you can see so much old school influence in it. Nemo and Myers, it looks a lot like young Zagona right now. So the stance and stuff, and the legs. Marius Geil looks a bit like Baumstimmler. Like, you can see a lot of old school, and I don't even know if they feel it because I'm not even hating. I like that you're looking like this, guys.
No, yeah, totally.
Yeah, it's great.
It's cool
great.
to see like those, like we were saying, like those people like live on.
Like
and,
a
also-
rebirth almost.
Yeah.
When you were talking about inspirations, I thought you were going to bring up Sagona.
Yeah.
Because I feel like he has such a ninja style, and so do you. And I was waiting for you to say Sagona. You didn't say it though.
Dude, yeah, I could tell so many names like Billy Zagona and Latimer for sure. The OG himself,
totally,
Dude, biggest inspiration. I saw Latimer when he already swiped into the wider and spiritual thingy, and I just like I told, like I restarted the history, and then I saw the younger Latimer, and I was like, wow, this was him before, like how he looked, with the clothing and stuff, and the tricks were totally different, right? with less cess lights and stuff, and going all mental and disaster. I was like, wow, this is a crazy development. And if I think about it, even like Pharma is one of my favorite examples. Pharma and especially Broski. Shout out to the both guys too. They have like probably the longest process and maybe the longest development. I don't know other guys in our world spot will like change their face so many times, like rebuild the save themselves. And what I wanted to, sorry for going away again. What I wanted to tell is like, but for Dustin Latimer, the most inspirational thing for me was like to see him develop in such a short time. So in the early years, when the old school days was still up in Coup d'Etat, and just in a few years he was getting into the whole spiritual thing. Mind game was almost wearing off, him in Shadow, and he was already chilling and it was kind of off. But in this short time, for him it's just, I'm changing my skating a bit. But if I check how much it influenced my skating, and it took me, so I started, 5 years after the last thing he dropped. Yeah. And then it just started to influence me, and it's still influencing me up to date. It's crazy.
That is crazy.
Yeah, and if I rethink about it, it's really, really crazy. That time I had a huge influence on me, and all the other guys for sure too.
It's crazy, like how you're saying, like how like he changed so quick in so many parts. Yeah. It was like at the time, like each part was like you got like a new Dustin.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's what I was saying. Yeah.
New Dustin again.
There's so many different faces and styles in skating, and you can get your inspiration from so many different places. Yeah. And it's funny that you had his last part was before you even started skating, and you were still getting inspiration from that. Yeah. That's so crazy. He had like a ninja kind of style too at one point.
Bunch of ninjas,
yo. We definitely have some ninjas.
I'm saying that's the coolest shit though, that ninja style. I love that shit. That's why when I first saw your skating, when it first like stood out to me, I was like, because you were doing a lot of like like flat rail switch up and stuff like that, and I feel like that kind of died out for a little bit. But like if I would have saw like a normal person doing like a handicap rail switch, I would be like, okay, whatever. But you were doing it in such a different way, and you brought that style to it, and it kind of like revitalized that kind of skating again. Yeah. And I was so inspired by that it was like. It was cool to see it again. You're bringing back something.
Come on, Austin.
You were bringing back something.
Half of my switch ups like stolen from you.
Yeah, right. I saw you post like one, maybe.
No. There are definitely some more stolen from you. Like all the budgets and the pivots over the S's and stuff, I definitely saw from you. Yeah. Like my True Spin Talks are from Brent Hicks and Sean Kels and everybody used to do True Spin Talks. Latimer too. Yeah, a lot of inspirations about this.
Yeah, like I like it because like you were saying before, like with the Julio thing, how you doing that trick, it's like sometimes, like I think with the way we used to look at skating was like if someone did a trick on a spot that was like too gnarly, like, oh, that spot's dead and it's over. Yeah. But it's like keeping the spots alive, like and doing it that way. And the same thing for it's like, oh, that's handicap, oh, that's done. Yeah. But it's like bringing that, so it's like kind of brings the whole street and like the whole playground back to life. And it's just like I love that new perspective. It's so good.
I love it. It almost feels like, I don't know. It's like going to a museum. We call it sometimes for fun. I call it like real proper blade tourism. Like if you go first time to Barcelona, you will go to Forum just to see the huge disaster. Like totally, it's the thing to do. If you go to Paris now, Bercy is soon gone, but you go to Bercy. This is the thing. And I feel even on a low level, if I go to this in the city, I would like to go to this spot and see what Dominic did there. I'm always like this, like just and even. Dude, there's so many spots where I filmed like a top sole, just a top sole, not filmed. I did a top sole in a spot without even filming it, and it's sometimes even a gnarly drop rail, just to feel it. Because it's such an intense and traditional spot in Germany. I was like, I need to do a tiny top sole just to pay homage.
Of course,
yeah. And it feels really good, and I like this kind of stuff.
That's a good mentality. That's a really good mentality, and I hope more people take that on because
I think so. Yeah. Like Marius Geiler and the newer generation, a lot of the kids were like really inspired by the core guys. I think they're paying homage to the past, and I saw Marius is buying off old magazines and stuff, and Dominic Bruce too. He knows a lot about the history too. Yeah.
But then even that attitude, it even seems like not only just for homage, but it's it's like fun too. Because like a blader you saw do something like 15 years ago, you're like, yo, I'm going to do that. And now you guys share this thing and there's such a big gap. But it's hey man, I never met you, but I did that topsoil you did. Like, you know.
And I love doing that. That's the skate tourism kind of thing. Have you skated much in the States?
I didn't been yet.
At all?
Yeah.
Saying Nick, if you went to like LA and like I'm sure like people like show you like all the spots in like New York too and stuff like that.
At one point I will definitely go. I'm thinking maybe next year to come.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And there for sure, this will be blade tourism for a month.
Yeah, just straight
just
like
watching. Oh.
Yeah. It's like going to LA with the Hollywood tours. They bring you like celebrity houses and stuff. They just bring you to like skate spots instead.
It would be so jokes.
So you could do that for days too, and it is fun to skate the spots, even though they're easy spots. And I remember like going like Puerto Rico for the first time and seeing spots like at the L skated like back in the day. I'm like, oh, this is so sick. I love that feeling. It's so good. You had an edit recently. I saw on like Facebook, whatever. I'm sure a lot of people saw it. It's like almost like 6 million views now.
Yeah, it's a crazy backstory.
I want to know that story because I saw like a few months ago it was at 2 million views. My mind was blown. I'm like, I didn't know skate edits could get that high. And then you actually reposted like a week ago. And it was pushing 6 million.
Yeah.
What happened? How that edit get so popular?
Actually,
who's watching that edit?
It wasn't. If you saw it, you saw like, nah, it's not made by the Enin brothers because it's a bit not shitty, but it's a bit.
It's like
super
it's like a remix kind of, right?
It's compilation thingy.
Yeah.
So it's not made by us. It's a random dude from. Oh, sorry if I'm failing. He's from South America. He wrote me once. He's a pretty nice guy. So he made a compilation just for fun. And I wasn't even mad. Like, you can do it. He just
a skater or
a skater.
Oh, okay.
He didn't ask us or something, but it got published on his Facebook site. Like, whatever, it's fine. It's still kind of advertising, so it's cool to see blading. And I knew like it will get a few views because he just cut it all my enders and all the good stuff of mine.
The best of the best.
In one edit. We've been always thinking about doing it, but we've been kind of lazy. You know, the deal, you are, next year, maybe next year. So we did it. And first it got a few thousand views and got published a few times. And I shared it here and there, and USD helped me sharing it and stuff. But I didn't thought about it too much. And a few weeks later, the first, maybe you know them, sharing sites on Facebook and stuff, they shared it to, I don't know all the names, but...
just like the popular, like reposting, accounts?
The sports sharing sites and the funny comedy sharing sites. So it got a few 100,000 views. And first I was like, oh, that's pretty sick for all betting. 100,000, it's been a while I saw something like this. And I was just too. But I wasn't interpreting too much because maybe you know, like the Facebook views, they're a bit more exploding sometimes than the YouTube views. Because through sharing and stuff, it's the count is a bit different.
But
that was still juiced.
On Facebook than YouTube.
Yeah, and then I didn't check it for a while, and I came back 2 weeks later. Somebody tagged me, and I got like over 1 million. I was like, okay, now it's getting nuts. Now I'm getting almost afraid. Like, what is going on? And the funny thing is that at that point, my name was
also. Where's my check?
There was a second thing. But I wasn't mad. I was like, oh, that's funny. But the only thing was like, oh shit, he didn't even tag me. There wasn't even a name. Just sick rollerblading compilation. So I wrote the guy because he knows me, and I wrote him like, hey, it's not in a bad way, like keep it, it's cool, but can you tag me and maybe use D or Balkland for something. You're like, oh, for sure, he tagged me. And then boom, the next days get like during the next weeks 2 million, 3 million. I get like all the friend requests. I couldn't even I couldn't accept more friends anymore. I had like 5,000 friends on Facebook, and you can't accept friends anymore. I was like, I was totally fucked, like fuck, what to do now? And then exploded more and more, and I shared it a bit, and even like some YouTube channels wrote me if they're allowed to upload it for a few bucks, blah blah blah. But then they're allowed to use it everywhere, like they wanted to buy it basically. And I was like, nah. I wanted. So dude made it, and I wasn't pissed that we made it, but I was like, at least it happened, so it's all fine. So I kept it how it is, and now it's like flying away through Facebook and getting more views every day.
I mean, you wouldn't directly monetize from that anyway.
No. So Facebook it's not even possible.
It's not like a YouTube video that had a lot of views on it.
He uploaded it on YouTube, but it's YouTube. It's a hype.
What did it have on YouTube? How many views have it?
Not still a good amount, but not too much. Maybe like 20, 30,000. But it's okay. It's like
Facebook videos get more views because they automatically play, and it's easy to share, and they automatically play. If you share a YouTube video, it's just a thumbnail. If you share a Facebook video, it automatically plays. So people like, oh, it's playing already, and they roll back and they see it.
Getting YouTube popularity and it's a feed and stuff way more difficult
it's different,
than Facebook.
Did you read any of the comments on that? Like what kind of shit people were saying?
Oh, I knew you would ask it.
I just thought I haven't even read them.
It's perfect. This is perfect. And getting into this topic, maybe Billy probably don't see it, but Bill, you'll love. It was like, you can already imagine like the perfect mix out of, wow, this is amazing, I never saw this, I didn't know that they're still alive, to fucking fruit Buddhas.
Of course.
And everything in between. Everything in between. It was, I had the best times of my life reading this. Everybody like, oh, again, aren't you concerned? I'm like, no, this is probably best advertising for all betting. Even the people who like shitting on us, because then people coming and kind of like protecting us too. Random people are watching on accounts. Yeah, they're not even rollerbladers. They're like, shut up, just because you can't do it. I'm like, whoa, who are you? You're not even rollerblader. Nice guy.
Yeah,
it was crazy. But in the end, more positives than negative aspects.
That's
I checked most of the accounts and checked like the ratings, the smileys and stuff, and it got. So people, they felt it more positive than negative, and this is probably the best thing. In a while I saw, and the views, like 6 million views. I didn't.
Yeah, obviously.
I think it's probably the more. I think it's even the most shared rollerblading thing I saw.
That's what I was gonna say too. I think you probably have like the most shared and most viewed probably skating video ever.
I don't know 100%, but.
There may be like a crazy fall that was on like some MTV scarred shit or something like that.
No, that's the most for sure.
Yeah. Definitely the most positive video at least. Like all lace crazy tricks. It wasn't like some like crazy rollerblader falls on balls or something like that. You know.
I had one funny bail in the video. It's cutting in, and Sam is not here. Shout out to Sam Crofts for falling in my video.
Oh man,
shout out, Sam. There was like one bail in my compilation, but it's actually Sam falling into the bail. He cut it out of the broke VOD and put it in because my thought it's me, but it was Sam Crofts. So I got a bail of Sam Crofts in my compilation.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, me neither.
That's homage though. Still.
Yeah, kind of true.
Throw the homie in there.
Yeah, it's so jokes. Yeah. So Sam is in my 6 million video.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but it was really good to see like all the people getting really positive about it, and a lot of old people. Can you imagine like, you know the deal, like if you see an old video which is reminding you of your past and stuff. If I see, I don't know, an old anime Digimon thing, I'm tagging my friends from school. Hey, I remember so many old school guys were stopped, got tagged in, and like, oh, sick! I remember I used to do this stuff. Like, who is this? And then other guys explaining who I am. It's still up to date, and I don't want to say like we got people into it, but. There's been like a few people like, oh, where can I buy skates? And somebody tagged the shop.
I'm sure that
and it happened a few times. And I was like, wow. Amazing, now the video is reaching a new level. This is when I was like, oh, that's pretty great. Then
even like people who used to skate back in the day who like haven't skated in like a decade or whatever, probably saw your video and like, oh, this is what skating is now. This is sick, and want to buy skates now.
I hope so. It was a lot of dancing in it, but
but like to see that is like way different than you would have skated if you were in like the 90s. So just to see how it evolved.
Yeah.
It's like motivation enough. Like, oh shit, this is what people are doing now. This is like, revitalizing my interest.
This is the thing always for me. I'm always pretty critical. Obviously the switch-ups technical skating is my most favorite passion. Yeah. And I'm doing it all the time if I'm at the whole park. But in my videos, I'm always trying to show diverse parts. I can throw some bio gaps inspired by Billy and other stuff over the years, but I'm not I'm not doing it too often. I'm taking care of my body health. But this is like my main topic to do nowadays. Like not only I'm kind of trying to even hold myself back. I'm really training. Particular switch-ups for the right moment, and just waiting, this is a nice spot for this one, and then I'm doing them. But it's not like 5 or 6 years ago when I'm just like switch up. Now I'm like trying to do gaps, trying to do spins, tiny wall-eys, and I try to show all aspects. This is especially with the channels, what we talked about. Like I'm not a master in it. The master of the crafts, again, like your tank. But I like them. I can do them. I can build them into switch ups and stuff. So why not showing them?
Of course.
Like, it's the same with wall rides and other stuff. I'm not the best guy at disasters and stuff. I'm really afraid of heights. But like there was this drop king rail, and I did a disaster front talk. So I'm always trying. Okay, I can do this too. This is what I want to show. Like diversity is the most important. I think this is even the most important aspect for the future. Right now, like we getting all the old guys back and mushroom blading. Like you said, all the diversity is finally accepted. Yeah. But the next step is to even push it to show like. It's not bad if you copy Bobby Spasov and learn from him, and you're not a copycat. You're just inspired. Like, take your time. It will take some years. Yeah. I think diversity is the next big step after finally getting major in rollerblading.
No, it's like I was talking about this with somebody yesterday. It's like you want. It's like back in the day we used to go like line up to like a down row, like line up to like a down ledge and be like, all right, just do the hardest thing you can do. But now it's like go to an ice cream store with all these different flavors, and like the main goal is like. Have all these different flavors, and you could like this flavor, like that flavor, the next. And I wanted to ask you because before you were just talking about like the negative comments on that post sometimes from fucking Fruitbird and getting negative comments in the past. Does it like bother you when you see those things? Do you want to like? Because for me, when I see negative comments on the internet under people, I just want to like go to them and be like, hey, dude, fuck you.
You want to fight them?
You know what I mean? I'll come to your house.
Fish just wants to fight people when he sees negative comments.
It's New York guys coming out of it like, oh, fuck
no, but how do you does it bother you, or do you just like laugh at it, or do you like feel like you have to say something? Or
I'm not a current generation kid, so I still grew up with internet developing. So when I grew up, I wasn't chilling on MySpace. I was still too young. I was starting
That's
social
good.
media. Yeah,
That's good.
I started social media when MySpace was dying off, and then first Facebook and other stuff before. But I wanted to say it, so I learned. Maybe I grew up with internet different than other kids and other generations. So maybe it's easier for me with hating. So for sure, I grew up with other thing. I grew up with raw news.
Yeah.
Everybody remembers.
Yeah.
Dude, even when I did something good, still people been complaining about my pants, and I was 19 or 18, but I'm a late bloomer, so I was still taking it way too serious.
Yeah.
I was really sad, but everybody knows that whoever had an edit chat of raw news back in the day when I still had the comments.
There was no positive comments on Rolling News.
Raw news was just for publishing. Yeah,
It was very discouraging for people trying to come
exactly.
up.
But it's kind
You
of
got to encourage people.
Yeah.
But it's kind of it's making you harder. After 3 edits published on raw news, I give a fuck. I like whatever. I know I can, even like in the last edits where I was wearing, maybe I should explain it. So in the last Bokken edit where I was wearing the super white red pants, everybody thought it's a shout out to Josh Latona. Actually, it was accidental. So it was so cold that day. I was just having my black joggers. I was like freezing my ass, and I was like, oh, it's too cold. But I still had the Christmas Santa Claus pants in my car from the other Bokken edit. So I was like, okay.
My other Santa pants.
I will put them over the black one so it's not so cold.
Would you flip them inside out?
Yeah, they've been so wide, yeah. So I put on my black joggers that I already had on, I put the red Santa Claus joggers over it.
Oh, okay.
And then put
Santa Claus joggers.
but they've been so wide that I put them in the socket. But this is what I want to say, like, nowadays, I wouldn't skate in a tutu all almost naked, not this kind of stuff. But I don't. I like to take care how I'm showing my skating and how I'm showing what I'm dressing down in skating. But in the Bokken Zoo edits, I don't take it too serious. I could skate in pink stuff. I don't give a fuck. It's all fine to me.
Yeah.
All good. Yeah. So this is what I wanted to say. Like even with the hating, most of the time it was always about the clothing. It was not even raw news. It was mostly about the clothing. Sometimes about wacky style, waitress hands, blah blah blah. And 2 years later, everybody was doing it.
Yeah.
Too tight pants. Everybody was wearing tight pants. Always the same discussion.
Yeah, it's funny how like on Roller News, as soon as it wasn't anonymous anymore, the comments stopped.
Yeah,
there would be zero comments on every post. It was so fucking funny.
And it's gone.
Yeah. No, is it completely gone now?
No, I don't want to talk something bad about Roller News. It's still existing, but it's more for sometimes
I haven't
sharing
checked it
something.
in years, yeah.
But no, there are no news sources. I think most of the guys, I'm going just to Facebook. Facebook is almost faster.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
Homies always say like I'm the Facebook Roller News. Everybody's going on my Facebook page because I'm always sharing the stuff of my homies, of other homies.
It's like the new Roller News, your Facebook page.
But homies of mine were kind
That's awesome.
Yeah, kind of out of rollerblading. They're always checking my site and seeing all the new edits. Oh, Sean Keen dropped this. Like in posting.
Yeah, you do share a lot of stuff. I know that too.
Yeah.
You're always spreading the love.
I try to.
Yeah,
I definitely try to.
And now you got all those Facebook friends now.
Yeah.
You load it up.
I'm using the friends.
You load it up. You probably have more friends that don't skate now, like or just random people, not necessarily bladers.
I can't check it actually, but I think I have since the 6 minutes.
What did you have before the 5,000 before you loaded up? Like what did you have, like 3,000 or something?
Yeah, probably 3,000.
So like 2,000. I'm sure most of them aren't even bladers because they probably would have been your friends already,
Yeah, and I see it most of the time. Even like the people who are answering me, they're telling the questions they are asking. You
can tell they're not.
Yeah, they're not rollerblading questions. They're like, oh, this is
pretty interesting.
Yeah, where can you buy this inline skates and stuff? Like, oh, okay, that's weird.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's interesting actually.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. You probably have the most non-skater friends out of any skater then too, and spreading it.
I think this one goes to Niglomics. Not non-skaters, but Niglomics had, let's say, the most non-acro rollerblading friends. Because Nick got quite popular in the FSK recreational world. Yeah. And I think he got like 40K follower on Instagram. Probably the most liked single account besides Frankie. Frankie is now Rap God.
That's true.
Shout out to Frankie. And I think he got the most non-acro rollerblading friends. And maybe like Greg Meseron and other OG legends were like totally out of blading. Yeah. But I'm on the way. I'm catching the.
No, totally.
Yeah, you definitely are.
Do you mess? I see you messing with like the different wheel skates, like the free wheel sometimes, and
obviously, like you can sing like the connection to Power Slide. Kind of almost working with them, and it's just another opportunity. At one point, you can still do the acro stuff and blah blah. And it wasn't just out of personal reasons. For sure, I always wanted to try bigger wheels. I'm curious, why not?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
going faster and stuff. And at one point, Powerslide just offered me, hey, you want to do videos for FSK videos? And it's obviously, I don't want to say easier. Huge respect to the FSK guys. They're going so fast and sometimes so dangerous. But the effort I put into these edits is just a tiny bit shorter because acro is still my passion. So I put a bit more work into the switch ups and stuff. It's way more technical.
Right.
And I'm not such an developed FSK recreational skater, so my edits are mostly going super fast and stuff. And it's a bit easier, so we always use this opportunity to drop here and there a few FSK edits. And I'm geeking out. I'm always like, oh, there's this frame, there's this new boot, and Powerslide drops the next skate with Trinity, which is like closer to the ground, different rocking options. After 3 years, I was totally in it, and I know all the products and stuff. And then you know it yourself, like with wizard skating and all this kind of development, the wish frame, which is going something in between.
Right.
We definitely have a tendency, peeking into this direction. And yeah, I'm really interested in big skating. It's not like I'm doing it once a week. In summertime, when I really got hyped on it a few years ago, I really did it once a week, like even going circles and stuff, just for fun. But nowadays, I try to stay as focused as possible on the projects I'm working on. So sometimes I'm trying new FSK products, but if I'm working on a new project, I'm just filming with those skates, don't even put on my acro skates for a while until it's finished, and then I'm going back to acro and just concentrate on acro.
Are you like a new person when you go back after not riding for so long?
This is a good one. Yeah, I think you talked about it with Leon or somebody. I don't want to say you feel a bit retarded, but it's like going for a super fast speed bike, going to a super tiny without brakes BMX.
Yeah.
Like you're not as
Completely
fast.
different,
Yeah. It's totally different. I would recommend, honestly, I would recommend everybody to try out FSK skating, even if it's just in plastic frame, whatever. Try bigger wheels, because the feeling of floating, it's amazing. It's such a different feeling. And the most important thing, I don't want to say it's just because of it, but a huge impact of my style, the last years especially, was definitely because of bigger wheels. Because I finally learned how to move smoothly. Because I've always been like step, jumping on handrail, step, and then I'm done. And now I'm enjoying curving and enjoying rides way more. I finally learned skating lines. I always could do, I always could skate lines, but it's so hard to make it look good. It's so hard. Like, what do you do in the time between? Just watch to the next spot, you know what I mean? And I'm not Young Zagona. I can just sweep around my foot and look like the greatest ice dancer on earth. I can do this.
I was gonna ask you, what do you think your weakness was? You seem like you're so good at so many different things now. What do you think your weakness is? You think it's lines?
Yeah, definitely lines. My brother always telling gaps because of my back. I used to have back issues. This is why I'm always doing 1 or 2 big gaps a year, and then I'm doing them proper and trying to land as clean as possible, so everybody thinks I'm really good at gaps.
You just told everyone your secret.
I'm now telling it off. Now I'm landing them first try and stuff, but not often, but most of the time. But as a back, I can't do it 20 tries is the limit. 20, you know the deal. On a double set, 20 is almost too much.
Yeah, you're gonna end up paying for it.
Even if you're young, after 20, you will feel it a few days. Not that good anymore. So lines, I'm not as good at lines. I'm afraid of curbs and ledges still.
Really?
Yeah, I love race. I can skate curbs.
You do skate a lot of
I can do even switch to fish and stuff, but I'm getting nightmare, guys. In the air, if I grab it in the air and I'm still feeling like I could die now. If I'm logging or not, I don't know yet. I still prefer race. But my biggest weakness, I can honestly tell it true spins. I can do to 70 full talks. They're not true spins.
You say true spins were your weakness?
What? Wait, I explain. For me, to 70 true spins, to 70 front fast or true spin front savannas or how Unity or whatever somebody's calling it here, are not true spins because you can see the obstacle again. I'm talking about this amazing, Billy's doing it like this too, and Krosefi too, those blind true spins. We are already logging before you can see it. Those are the nightmare ones. And I never learned it. I've always been afraid. I'm always fucked it up. So I can do them like always. Maybe you kind of say I'm always, if I find a weakness, I'm training it that hard and even learning it on the streets, but then I'm never doing it again. So I did true spin sole and handrail, even a switch true spin sole in my Bocklands VOD on a handrail. On a proper one. It was really hard. And the same with kind grinds. I'm kind of afraid. I can do kind grinds, but I'm always feeling weird. I feel like I can't make them look good. So I'm I won't do them. But because of all those years, I was I want to learn it. So I learned the most hardest version of kind grind to myself, true spin kind grind. And I did it even in Sota and some proper handrails and stuff. But yeah, those are like kind of my weaknesses. Normal true spins, like true soul and a hand trail. Ooh, I would rather do like true spin front file first try, easily. I'm not afraid. True soul, I'm pissing my pants. I'm like, I would rather do.
Always scared of the ribs on the true.
Yeah, exactly. It's always the ribs, right?
Yeah.
It's all the same. Like it's always. And I'm like, oh no, I don't want this in my life. Yeah. And the only others like true spins and. About true spin top sides and this kind of stuff works. It's just a regular true spin front side soul tricks, this kind of stuff. All the other true spins kind of work. Like nowadays I can even do like switch and a normal full cap back surrender, this kind of stuff works. And what else? Full caps. I suck at full caps.
Really?
If you really think about it, did you ever saw a full cap of maybe a few ones?
Yeah, I didn't realize that.
I can go zero spin, I can go half cap and stuff, but full caps. If you want to kill me on Game of Blade,
we know your weaknesses now if you're going to play on skate or play whatever.
This is the thing. I once had like a Game of Blade was, I think Billy didn't been there, on one of the Summer Clashes years ago, but I think you've been on the second one, Summer Clash.
Yeah.
Well, and on the first one, Nick was there and Beamer kind of arranged like a Game of Blade with me, and I was so nervous. It was years ago, I was still young, just not even used the aim, I think. And Nick is the king of, he's just left spinning, not just, Nick can do right spinning too, but he's the king of left spinning and stuff, so you can easily do like full cap everything. And we've been playing on like a knee-high flat rail, and he was like playing, and he was starting with the full caps, and I was like, this is the point where like, fuck, I feel bad, I should work on them. I really should work on them. And he gave me a few letters with the full caps. Yeah, but I danced around. Sorry, Nick. I danced around and killed him. But since then, I kind of tricked him.
Danced around and killed him.
Yeah, but he was such a sick opponent.
Yeah.
But Nick was pretty cool too. So after this, I really worked hard on my full caps. I can do now full cap to pawn, full cap to soul. But like I told you, like it's still this tiny last thing of risk back in my mind. Like again, be focused.
Yeah.
And another funny thing like about this, like at this point I realized it because it was such an important game for me with Nick Lomax, superstar back then, still. And the funny thing is, when a few months later I was in Barcelona with USD and Nick. And then we've been scaling a bit on a small curb. And Nick was doing switch through souls because I killed him next time with switch true spins and stuff because he's not so good at spinning rights. So I was doing switch this, switch that, and I killed him. And I was like, Nick, did you been training the switch true spins lately? I was like, oh, a tiny bit. And now Nick is killing both sides. He can do like switch back surrenders and stuff. So this was my thing. I know I don't want to like tell people like, train all your tricks, go to skate park, make a workout out of it, and work on your weaknesses, blah, blah, blah. It's not. Work with what makes you fun and just play around with whatever you want. But for me, like, at one point, it wasn't like I did all the tricks, but at one point I realized, oh, I have these and these weaknesses, but it's just mentally, because it's not, my body can't do this. Like, I can't physically do true spin top souls like Austin Passes, obviously. A few people can do this, or like Alex Burson, or like Slinky, Chris Smith. Who else can do like true spin top souls like those guys, right? So I can't work on these weaknesses. I can't stretch all day or something. It won't work. But there are weaknesses which I can work on. Like even switch fishbrain I learned when I was younger because I just wanted to have it on my trick repertoire. And so yeah, I was like, okay, I can do them. It's just mentally. Start working on your true spins. And this is how it started. And in the end, I did it on switch true soul and hand rail. But honestly, since then, never again. But what I want to say is so much potential left, like for everybody, even with different age. I think it's really cool, maybe translation to the last event a few minutes ago, with all the healthy and all the topics, like with skate blading in a different age. Yeah. Like Kazu, maybe you know him.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, Kazu. I was in Japan, I met him.
Oh, yeah, that's right, yeah.
Biggest inspiration probably in rollerblading I had in my last years.
Yeah, he's unlike anyone else on skates right now.
He's still learning stuff. He's 15. Can you imagine, guys? Like, even I'm too lazy. If I'm making new switch ups, it's just a combination with something I already did in a new way, right? Like, it's like Lego kind of. And I'm finding a new way to present a trick.
It's like playing. It's like as long as you play with it.
Exactly.
That's where you're gonna get your learning.
Yeah.
Like,
no kind of no realistic big risk. Not something new that you fundamentally don't even know how to do.
Right.
Yeah, but for sure there are still a few things left that I suck at, and I'm training on it. But when I met Kazu, I was like, Kazu's so long in the game, and he can do all the basics, and with this weird.
His own style of moving around.
Smooth style, but he's still finding new stuff. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And when I saw it the first time, I was like, oh, this is endless. When Julio and all the other guys a few minutes ago said like, it's no end until, I don't know, 70 something.
Yeah.
Everybody was laughing. I wasn't laughing back there. Yeah. I think maybe I was the only one who was laughing. I was like, yes, guys,
yeah, right.
I'm waiting for this.
You got many years. How old are you now?
not so like rollerblading wise. I'm in the middle. I think 27, but I think 27 is the new 20.
Oh yeah, 27.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? It's shifting.
So based on that last thing, you have at least 50 more years ahead of you.
Yeah, this is my
at least 50.
Yeah, I always have like my 10-year rules. I'm always watching the guys who are 10 years older than me, Farm and Richie and everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, Farm and Richie and everybody. It's
Still killing it.
Julio especially still killing it.
Yeah.
So like I still have some years left.
Yeah.
Just stay away from those double sets. and you'll be
Yeah.
fine.
Once a year, just
twice a year.
once a year, and then I need like 3 months rehab. But I'm trying. So I think the last event was pretty good.
Yeah.
It was pretty good for.
Yeah, it definitely was.
I would have loved to see more kids. This is the only thing. Like we should drag them into the building to show them. Like I know we had a lot of kids events, but it's really important.
We might get in trouble if we do that.
Yeah. Maybe true. But like showing them like. This is how you can end up if you don't not end up, but they're still in a good condition, but you should take more care. I started like stretching and all this kind of stuff when I was like 23, and it sounds for your generations and my generation, it sounds pretty early since our aggro, super just throw it generation been kind of reckless.
Yeah.
But for me, and right now, I'm like, too late. I should have started
Of
earlier.
course.
You can ask Niels. Niels he's still amazing. He's a killer, but if you would have started even earlier stretching, he would be super god level right now.
Yeah.
Even more like super healthy and but
the whole like it seems like the younger like the people who are coming under like they're all being. Everyone's getting smarter.
yeah, true.
Yeah, well, now that
Everyone's
the older,
knowing that they got to stretch now.
like the older generation is already there, 30s, 40s, and stuff like that. We have that knowledge now that how you're going to end up and what you should do. There was nothing like that back in the day. Everyone's just a young kid. There was no, like looking up to older people. Like that was it.
Yeah, they weren't that smart.
No.
The ones we
This is
looked up
the
to,
thing,
and then we weren't that. But everyone's getting smarter.
Of course,
it's-
yeah.
That's good.
But it's kind of obvious. It was advertised like it. You saw Josh Petty. He was a G. Look at him.
Yeah.
He wasn't warming up. Hoodie on top. True spin so blind, and you're like, wow, I want to do it like this. I grew up the same
Throwing
way.
up the west side, like
Exactly. This is how I grew up the same. Like it made click when I was like my first Barca trip and seeing Richie and everybody stretching, having the foam rollers. I'm like, what is that? And trying it out. Oh, it's painful. And like after the first few sessions, now it's finally feeling good.
Right.
But now it's the best thing. Like I'm not lying. I'm stretching every day, even if I'm not skating.
Mm-hmm.
But I have like some tiny back issues when I was younger. I've fallen my back once, but I really feel difference. And not even me. Like my brother can tell you if I'm not stretching. Dude, I look like a grandpa skating. We're like, it's super stiff, super thick. Same with my shoulder. I ripped some several ligaments in my right shoulder. Then I started a tiny bit of upper body workout. Not too much. I don't want to go in a gym or something. Just home workout to have it all healthy, to have it warmed up before skating. And I feel the difference. You can see it on my falls. Like my falls before the injury been just like rolling up and like making like this. Nowadays, I'm not like strong, but nowadays my falls like pushing the ground and directly staying up. I feel this is like even for mentally. You feel more confident on your tricks if you did stretching in the morning and good warm up or something. You feel like now I'm warm. Now I'm ready. I'm ready
Makes
to
a
hit
difference.
some
Makes a big
so
difference.
and I would recommend to everybody, not like forever, like start with once a week. And it sounds like, that's nothing. No, trust me, start with once a week, just a tiny bit, get into it slowly. Combine it with more water. No, right now I have no sugar
some crazy
water.
shit.
I have some juice. Normally I love sugar water, but more water and stuff, take care of your body, and you will, not me, but you will thank the guys who are giving this advices in a few years.
Yeah, I think stretching even when you don't skate is a big thing. Like I started stretching every morning, and it's a big difference. And you don't need a skate to have to stretch. It makes your body feel good in general.
Yeah. More awake kind of. Before stretching, I feel like after waking up, it's like a bit dizzy, like in a zone, like in between dreaming and waking up. And I'm not a coffee guy, so I need to wake up different.
Yeah, me too. I don't know.
I'm like, shit, what to do? And like stretching, especially like when your muscles got like, you're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And then you finally wake up.
It's a good way to start your day.
Yep.
We're gonna open up for questions in a little bit. One thing I wanted to touch on real fast is I remember in your last Japan edit you made.
Yeah.
You had like a commentary, and I noticed you said something that I was just curious about. You call the little kink at the end of a rail.
The donkey.
Donkey tails.
Yeah.
You always called it that?
I don't know where I got it from. Maybe for the snowboarder. Somebody once said it, and I always calling it donkey tail. The donkey.
Because we call them dicks.
Yeah.
Does anybody call them anything else from different parts of the world? I'm just curious.
That's interesting to me.
Because you said donkey tails, and I'm like, wait a minute, that's
like
a dick.
The last parts of handrails which are sticking out.
Yeah.
I call it donkey tails. Donkey.
Tails makes sense, I guess. I guess dicks doesn't sound right, but that's what we've been calling it. Does anyone have any other things from like different parts of the world that Is that just donkey tails and dicks?
Maybe we are the only stupid guys who are trying to hit them.
I guess so.
Yeah. Normal people are just jumping off.
No one wants to mess with them.
Yeah. I think normal people just jump off. I love them. I honestly love them. This is like the
You
most,
ride off them?
Yeah. This is like the most commitment sign. Can you imagine?
It's a good feeling coming out of them.
Yeah. And it's like the most bowler thing. I used to remember like guys doing true spin top pawns on rails, and there's a donkey, and you're like, now he's jumping off, and he hit it, and I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Or like true fish and full cap 80
The
top
sound.
ding ding.
Yeah.
Best.
Yeah.
Then you know he's owning the rail, like.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Does anybody have any questions?
Yeah.
That we have Eugen up on here?
We have a pretty good audience. Does anyone have any questions they'd like to ask?
Don't hesitate. Can ask me everything.
Don't all jump. All right. I guess.
All right,
I
cool.
guess not.
Yes.
I don't know if no one has any questions online. JoJo Jacobi calls it the nipple.
The nipple.
So,
Funny one.
is our next guest even here?
There's Joe.
Oh yeah.
back there.
Okay.
Oh, Joe.
All right.
Hey.
Well, Eugen, do you have anything else?
Yeah. Do you have anything you'd like to impart on the people?
Yeah. Simple ending, like.
What do you have coming up? Anything coming up in the works?
Like always. I have probably like 3 edits not released yet. I'm always pre-rocking.
You and your brother are busy. Always busy.
Nothing too special. I don't want to like to spoiler too much. I hope if everything works out, another Japan project this year.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah, you killed the
promise
last
it, but
one.
thanks.
I would love to see another one.
Yeah. And other than that, I don't know. The last thing I would like to tell, like, in all my interviews, like, to give a last good impact, positive one. Like, whenever you feel like bad on the internet and you feel like rollerblading is kind of dying off and the industry is not going well, all this kind of topic. Trust me, since I have like a tiny bit of insight in the industry, since I'm working a bit behind the scenes with Powerslide 2, USD and stuff, it's for sure it's not like the best state we ever had, but it's way better than it could be. And trust me, it could be, how to say it, we could take way more negative. So my honest like advice to you would be, whenever you feel like bad about the situation, you feel like, oh, why am I even doing this? Stop, just go out and skate. Like, be as positive as possible, and don't take something too personal on the internet. It's just nerds everywhere geeking out. Like, how to say it, just in general, to sum it up. Wait, give me a second. I don't even know.
Can you say it in German? Is there a German phrase for it?
No, that would be
We were talking with
way
Dominic
too
about that before.
complicated, yeah. Just take the situation, how it is right now, accept it. This is the most thing. Accept it and make the best out of it. Don't make it worse. And yeah, for sure you can try to change it and give it twice, how we can change the industry. But in the easiest thing to weigh, the easiest first step is accept it. Accept where we're at with rollerblading. We're not as big as skateboard, but whatever, we're something else. And I think we are doing way better than we could be. There are other sports which died off, like niche sports, like snakeboarders and this stuff. They had a way harsher time. And I think we are in a really good position. We got so many legends helping still coming out. We had so many good up-and-comers and stuff. And we got still the present generation which is still killing it. And with all the diversity we have right now, with mushroom blading finally being accepted after being called gay and not cool for several years, I think right now we have the most major and most diverse state of rollerblading we ever had. And I'm really proud. I'm really, really proud of the current situation. And I hope it will continue like it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Brilliant. Well said.
Thanks.
Well, Eugen, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for joining us.
We
Thank you,
appreciate it.
guys.
It was a long time coming. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Wait, I will take my juice.
You crazy juice.
All right, guys, one more time. Give it up for Eugen.
Woo!
So I don't know if we're going to go straight into our next.
Yeah, let's get straight into it.
All right, cool.
Our next guest. Straight into it.
Straight out of everywhere in the world. I don't
Get up here, Joe Atkinson, everybody. My man took the benches up here, didn't even walk. What's up, my man? How you doing? Have a seat. Crazy.
Whoa. Welcome to the show.
Another tall guy.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, don't be shy to talking
Feels
to
like
the
a
mic.
bit of a interrogation here.
Yeah. Where were you the
Situation I was in
29th?
at Bethnal Green Police Station. Okay.
That's funny.
Thank you for
welcome
coming
to the show.
out.
Yeah.
It's great to have you on.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.
I see. Did you have like a struggle getting over here? You were trying to like raise money to come here or something, selling prints and stuff. What was that about?
Me and my friend in Australia, we made some prints, and every little helps.
Yeah,
totally.
You were just trying like a little personal fundraiser to get your ass out here.
Pretty much, yeah.
You made it, so it worked out.
We made it, yeah. We drove from Yorkshire yesterday.
Oh wow.
14 hours drive.
Oh damn.
It was eventful.
Damn.
Took the channel.
Hardcore crashes on the way, and we got stuck in a traffic jam. Nearly missed the ferry.
Oh man.
Yeah, it was
intense.
Yeah.
Dude, you've had a hell of a year, a hell of a past couple years, and like you've been living this like out on the like. I feel like you're everywhere. You're in Australia. You're in China. You're in England.
Yeah.
Man. So like, what's up with that? What's going on? You just
living in Australia
do you
now.
just like travel like to do the contest circuit and like what's like the basic like your last year been like?
You're like a nomad.
Yeah, it's okay. So maybe 4 years ago, I was living in London, and I was like just working some shitty job, saving some money, and then I was like save some money. Went to Barcelona with my girlfriend at the time, and I heard about the FISE contest, and I didn't know much about it. And I spoke to the organizers to see if I could get involved with it, if I could go and skate it. And he's like, yeah, sure, come over. So we hitchhiked from Barcelona to the FISE Montpellier contest. I don't know if you've ever been there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a cool one.
I think I saw you. It was 4 years ago, maybe been 5. Yeah, but never to that one.
Yeah, and so. Yeah, I went to this contest, and I hadn't been keeping up with skating at all, and I didn't know it was like televised and like a big thing like it was, and so I'm just skating there without my shirt on. We hitchhiked there from Barcelona, and I'm just like skating the
just
park,
skating around without my shirt,
cruising around, and then I skated the contest. I'm just in my own bubble, just like just being me, just skating around, doing some lines and stuff, and then I qualified to the finals of the contest, and and then I went to the finals, blah blah blah, and then I ended up winning this contest, like with all these like amazing skaters, and I was like, whoa, so shocked, that the judges like saw what I was doing and gave me the points. I wasn't doing the flips, I wasn't doing the
What year was this?
This was 2015.
Okay.
Yeah. And so from there, I realized the potential, and I remember going back to the hotel and seeing being tagged like in Facebook or something into like the live stream.
Yeah.
And it was all and I didn't even know I didn't even know it was this was a thing, and and then since then, I won a trip to they flew me to China, and then I went from there, and it just snowballed, and then all these contests popped up after that.
Does FISE, the organization, pay for you to fly? Is that how that works? They pay for all the riders to fly?
For the flights,
I didn't even know that.
Accommodation, everything. You get put up in really nice hotels, and
damn,
the FISE.
That's sick.
Is
super
amazing,
proper.
Yeah.
I feel like back in the day, I feel like they just did Montpellier, but it's grown so much since then. And they have a few events. They're in China, and they have a few more events throughout Europe, don't they?
Yeah.
Saudi Arabia too.
Yeah, they're just I think it's going to take over the X Games. It's pretty much is the European version of the X Games. It's crazy. And they also have a small circuit in France as well. And that's still for a blade contest, it's still
massive.
It's still a big thing.
Yeah.
It's just a small contest in France. Can I drink some water, mate?
Yeah.
Yeah, let me get you a freshie.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, but no, it seems like that's been growing a bit, and you've definitely been used as much as you want.
Yeah.
But it's been on I've seen you just following that for a bit, and it seems like you just live that the blade life is working for you, living in that.
Yeah, well, you have to make it. You have to make it work, You have to, and I don't really. It's not something I choose. It's something that I just have to do. It's my. It's skating. It's just I just do it. I don't question what I'm doing, and if even if the FISE wasn't there, I'd still be finding a way to get around and work it out.
Yeah.
And your skating is very diverse now, and I see you like it looks like you're training kind of in the way you skate. Like you were just in Sydney, you skate in Bondi like every single day. Like is that how you look at it? Like you keep training for all these contests, or you doing that just for fun, or what?
Yeah,
because it looks like you're kind of training for contests. Is what you're doing.
Yeah, yeah, not really training for contests, just like
training for yourself.
Training for
life,
like, for life. Or
you were skating the Bondi Bowl hard like recently.
Yeah. Oh, that place is amazing.
Yeah.
And yeah, good community there.
Yeah, definitely.
A lot of skateboarders there. Like when I first showed up, they were all like, "Who's this rollerblader? Have you been waxing the coping?" I was like, no, I've got metal frames on. I don't need it. And then
you're like, okay, you're cool, man.
And then by the end of it, like all the guys, like the old like patriotic skateboarder, like dudes who are like 50, 60 years old who skate the ball every day, were like inviting me to their house to like stay on the sofa and stuff. So
that's sick.
Yeah, so it was good.
Yeah, when you see somebody shredding the bowl like that, you gotta respect them. And you're obviously not an asshole, so like, why would they be dicks to you?
Yeah, true.
Yeah, you made that bowl like your home. I saw on like your Instagram. It felt like you were just like there every day, just really like learning the pockets and everything about it.
Yeah, it can take like a lifetime to master a bowl like that,
That bowl's big too.
Yeah,
that bowl's huge.
Yeah, and I like the challenge, like the with the sharp corner in the side and everything. It's just wow.
Yeah, that corner is.
It's in an amazing location as well, like just right on the beach. And I remember being a kid watching the old like VHS like tapes of like a Yellow Brick Road and stuff, and like these old school videos, like Australian videos, and they'd be skating the Bondi vert ramp. It's pretty much in the same place as where that was, and so yeah, it's really cool to be there. And
yeah, speaking of vert, I've been seeing you on vert a bit. Has there been like a new like inspiration to get on vert? What's up with that?
Yeah, I mean, why not? Like, yeah, vert's cool, and I think like it's kind of like a lost art, It's like
feels
it
like
is,
that,
definitely
yeah.
So when I was there in Australia, Cesar Mora just came down randomly for a session, and he didn't have his skates, but he was just there on the side, like, and he was
Damn,
like,
he's just going to
I'll
hang
make
out.
a good skater out of him.
Was he like training you?
Yeah, and it was like really like.
Yo,
easy,
imagine getting trained
mindset.
vert by
It's like,
Cesar Moore.
Yeah,
What was he telling you? I'm curious.
just like,
Stall out the backflip.
Yeah, start out 10 feet high, double backflip. But yeah, that's crazy getting like personal training. I was gonna ask you before if you were skating with like all the OGs at the Bondi Bowl, like Scotty
Yeah.
Crawford, like Josh Bank was coming out and stuff.
Scotty's he's a legend, man. This guy, he'd like go and skate Bondi at like 6 a.m. before starting work.
Oh shit.
And like, yeah, he works as a fireman. He does like 2 like shifts a week, 24-hour shifts.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And
a family
to
man and
skate
stuff, yeah.
family and stuff like that. So yeah.
That's why he has time to skate, I guess. He
And two
works
24-hour
two- Yeah,
shifts.
2 24 hours, but you get the other, 4 or 5 days to do whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like Australia is like really like in touch with their like old culture too. Like the old guys still come out, it seems like, and the younger and the new present guys are still like in contact with all of them. And it seems like a rad place, and you seem like you fit in there too. Like it seems like watching you, I was like, dude, I feel like Joe's Australian.
I know, that's what I thought too. You were there for like months.
Yeah, 3 months. Yeah.
Yeah, 3 months is a good time. Especially in the winter. Is that why you did it? Because of the winter?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Oh, I would love to spend like a whole winter there.
Yeah.
Be the best. Well, there's summer technically, and like you've been doing shit that like people haven't been doing at all on skates, which is like loops, and you just keep like finding crazy loops to do. Like, how do you even get into like the first time you try a loop? Was it on street?
Also, I wanted to ask about that because we were talking. Like Gav Drum wanted me to talk to you about it because he said like around the time you did loops, like Gav and you were talking about the dynamics of doing a loop, or like if that's. Do you remember that?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think we were talking about there's a skate park. My local skate park just built a cradle, so it's like a wooden cradle.
What's a cradle? Like the little pocket?
With a,
Yeah.
Okay,
like
yeah.
a vert pocket. And I was like always like Gav was always like commenting on my videos and stuff and saying like, do this trick, do that trick, And he was like yeah, you should try this, you should try that. But yeah, I don't know where that came from. Just sent it. and it worked.
It obviously worked because you probably wouldn't have been here if you didn't send it. Like if it didn't work out.
Yeah.
Like you don't just mess up on a loop and like you're fine, you know.
Yeah, just send it.
Just send it. That's all you gotta do.
That's it. There's not much to it.
I'm gonna go try a loop now. I just gotta send it. That's it.
Yeah, you did a few loops last year. I think you had like 3 loops, and then you did the one under the bridge, like the loop without.
Yeah,
the
that
loop.
was great.
The
That was
back
nuts.
loop.
Yeah, that's an amazing location. Like just the visual of the thing. It's like, like even if I wasn't there doing the flip, like just the photo of the thing.
Yeah.
It's just like
I saw a picture.
It's insane.
amazing.
Yeah.
And I want to go there and like camp by it and like try and master some more tricks on it, you know, and like try to see how far I can push it.
Do the
from
fakie to front. It just
Yeah.
Oh shit! Jeez, yo,
Yeah.
that's nuts. And that's brick too, right? So it's like kind of rough. It's not even smooth if you fall on it.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. Yeah, pretty rough.
I saw a picture of like a free runner, I guess if you want to go parkour guy, like back like doing. I think what you did. It was just a picture from upside down with like his legs spread in the air. Did you ever see that or no?
Maybe. Yeah.
Because I want. That's.
Yeah, I see a lot
if
of
he, I
photos.
don't know if he like ran it and like did what you did pretty much or what. I just saw the
Yeah.
picture of somebody upside down and it wasn't you. I'm like, wait a minute, someone else did it. And I noticed he had sneakers on. And I didn't know if like there was like a clip of that anywhere that you would have saw, like somebody would have sent it to you or something. Nothing.
No, I didn't see
I was
it.
curious. I was curious on
A lot
that.
of photos. Yeah, it's a landmark. That
Yeah.
thing, you know, it's Ouse Valley Viaduct.
Mhm.
Yeah,
It's in Brighton, right?
yeah, yeah. And I think Jeff Stockwell skated it.
Yeah,
as
yeah.
well.
He had like a
Yeah.
what do you have, like a stall, like a fish brain stall? on
Fish
there?
brain stall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did those new you said you were riding the metal frames, the solar frames, did those like change the way you skated all these bowls and loops and
yeah.
stuff like that?
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's like a whole new power? Like what is it? What is it about them?
It's just the feeling of grinding. Like you're actually grinding. Like with plastic, you're just like sliding, and there's no sound and stuff. And like just having the metal and the sound and everything just really adds to like the feel of the ride. You know, you just like, and yeah, it's like, and also there's more to it than that. You know, it's like. It's just
The
it's
weight?
a solid frame. It's light, yeah.
Oh, it's light, huh?
Yeah. And
Are you riding the aluminum H blocks or the plastic H blocks?
I'm still riding the first prototypes. I had them for 2 years.
They're full aluminum?
Yeah.
2
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
It's like
That's crazy.
It's like you buy one, you have a lifetime set.
Yeah, well they're aluminum, I guess they
Yeah,
don't
I
like
go through
crack.
so many backslide plates, like plastic backslide plates. and
Yeah.
Yeah, the frames are still going strong. So,
Jeez.
yeah.
That's crazy. And like
Yeah.
you feel the power when you pump on bowls and stuff like that, and like the
Oh,
loops
yeah.
and stuff like that. So it's
Yeah.
like totally different.
Yeah.
I'm so curious about that, what that feels like, because I never rode a metal frame ever of any kind. I don't think.
Yeah.
So just to feel that direct like contact, like whatever you're skating, you know, it changes everything.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Cal did a good job with that, for sure.
How's it been like
And,
skating street with them?
Skating street, yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, if you skate in a rough ledge,
Yeah,
you're gonna have a hard time.
Yeah, you're not doing it.
But yeah, if you skate a wax ledge, you're gonna be fine. You just have to like
Yeah.
show him who's boss, you know.
Even like royales and stuff.
yeah, yeah,
Ah,
yeah,
damn.
for sure, yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I skated Formosa mostly with.
Oh, did
with
you?
The metal
Oh, shit.
frames, the one we did in Taiwan, the film.
Yeah.
It's.
Did you do the Burma one with it too, or no?
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
Oh shit,
that as
damn!
well, yeah.
You skate around in Burma like that.
Mhm.
We asked Gav about that, the Burma trip, because that trip looked like ridiculous. You have anything like any interesting points or stories on that trip?
Which one?
The Burma one,
trip?
yeah.
Wow, yeah. Yeah, it was amazing. Didn't know what to expect. I flew from a contest in China straight there. And I had a big gash in my shin. And like, so my shin was open and I didn't manage to get to the hospital in China. So when I flew in, I had a connection in Bangkok. I actually missed my flight somehow. Like, I don't know, I was just daydreaming, missed my flight, and then luckily I was there, and I went to the medical room in the hospital in the airport, and yeah, so they stitched me up. They had to like cut the
At the
skin again.
at the airport?
Yeah.
I didn't even know they had that at airports.
Yeah, and they filmed like a TV show there or something. So it was really
Wait, they were
funny,
filming
like-
you?
No, they weren't filming at the time. But, and so I got my shin stitched up, which is pretty good because like Burma has like the second worst healthcare system in the world or something.
Yeah, it doesn't look like a sanitary place. It's a very nice, beautiful place, but I don't know about sanitary.
Yeah, but yeah, so finally got there, and yeah, it was like, yeah, it was crazy. Like all the local kids were just so happy to see us there.
Mm-hmm. They looked super hyped.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, they were all like anything we were doing, if we were stretching or anything before skating, they'd all just just follow us and yeah, they were really like humble, open people. And so yeah, that was insane.
Those kids were super hyped when you brought them wheels.
Yeah, for sure.
That shot of you giving them wheels, and they were like, yes, like to have fresh wheels out there, because they don't have like skate shops and shit, right? Yeah, so.
I remember helping one of the kids try and put the wheels on, and like I had to like take off his wheel or his frame or something, and like his tumor plate on his USDs just fell. And I was like, oh, probably just put that back, put the screw back in.
Was it screwed in?
Yeah.
It just like came out completely?
Yeah, it was just
old.
Yeah. So yeah, if you've got any old skates you don't need, send them
over there. Yeah, I heard even that is like tough though. Like the way they don't like accept certain packages or something like that from other places.
Yeah, it's tricky. It's tricky.
Yeah, countries like that is tough. But I guess when you go in there, you could bring whatever you want, and they got it there.
Yeah. I was gonna ask you about. I saw on like Instagram a while ago. Do you have a vert ramp or a mini ramp in your backyard?
Yeah, so we're trying to build a vert in my garden.
Yes.
Wait, so where do you live?
I live in Yorkshire.
So you actually do still have like a home, I guess?
Yeah.
You never like. You never around.
Do you have a home?
Yeah. Do you have a home? So you have a mini ramp in your garden?
Yeah, a vert ramp.
A vert ramp in your garden.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
And yeah, it came around because my local skate park was closing down, and I've been thinking about it. Like when I've been away traveling, I was like, should I just maybe ask him for that vert ramp in the back? And yeah, finally, like I never asked them, and then like I was there one time, and they were saying they were going to close the doors because no one was paying entrance, whatever, and I started skating there, so I was,
it's like your spot, yeah.
Yeah. And
nostalgic.
Yeah, so I asked him. I just said, "Hey, can we take the vert ramp? Put some life into it and reskin it." And he was like at first like a bit like, "Oh, I've got to ask the other guys and see what's up." And then he just hit me up like, "Yeah, you can take it." And turns out that the landlord didn't know about the vert ramp. In the car park, so he showed up one day and he's just like, "What's that vert ramp doing in my car?" So yeah, so it was lucky, it just fell into place. And I remember like saying to my dad like, "Hey Dad, what do you think? Can we build the vert ramp in the garden?" And he was like, "Yeah, but it's never gonna work, Joe." It's like, it's never gonna work. Like, first of all, you're never gonna get it down. It's too rusty. Second of all, you're never gonna move it. And then on and on. You're never gonna get it in the, you're never gonna get it onto a truck. You're never gonna get
how do you move a vert
down
ramp?
the street. You're never gonna put it up in the garden. And all this, and we managed, just me and a friend James.
Yeah, I saw that because like you were like, "Hey, if anyone wants to help me, let me know." And then I saw like you had one friend that was like, "I'll help." But
what? That's fucking crazy.
I was like, "Damn, you're doing the whole thing with one other guy."
It's like asking like your friends to help you move, but like on another level.
Like when it's like coming to like offering for move, like you got like 20 friends, I'll help, and it's like when you come into actually having to move, like everyone's like,
and then like vert ramp it, everyone's like,
today.
I'm actually sick.
Yeah.
I gotta see. You gotta send us a picture of that so I can put it in the rerun. I want to see a picture of what the vert ramp in your garden looks like.
Yeah, for sure.
It's cool looking. Yeah.
Yeah. When it's done, it's gonna be amazing.
What do you gotta do? Resurface it?
Yeah.
Is it metal or is it wood?
Light on it.
You're gonna put skate light, straight up skate light?
Yeah, it's metal at the moment. Yeah.
Oh
Improvise with wood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Why are you doing the wood over the metal? It's just too rusted?
Yeah, like
probably fly on a vert ramp.
When it was in the last location, a lot of gypsies were stealing the metal. So, yeah, like we kind of have like 3/4 of a vert ramp.
Oh shit.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
So yeah.
Was the old man impressed or what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I sat there having a coffee with him one morning, and then I turned around and looked in the garden.
He just wake up and saw a vert ramp in the garden.
Yeah.
You gotta add a loop to that now.
Yeah.
For you to practice looping.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that, like a hamster ball.
Hamster ball.
Yeah.
You gotta be the first hamster ball loop.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, I mean that's all fallen into place, and hopefully we can, like, we had some trouble with the council.
Yeah, you need like permits and stuff for that?
Yeah, like even though we spoke to the neighbours, some people complained, you know.
Yeah, of course.
So yeah, hopefully we can pass planning permission.
Yeah.
And yeah, if anyone out there knows about planning permission in the UK,
yeah, if anyone has experience installing vert ramps in their homes, let us know so that Joe can have his vert ramp. So that's why you've been. So you can't skate it yet. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, you can skate it. Yeah.
Oh, you could. Okay.
It's just a half a ramp at the moment.
Yeah.
And I had my friend Matthew Heineman.
He's in the chat right now, by the way.
He's on there.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Hello, Matthew.
Shout out Matthew Heineman.
Yeah, so he came and lived in my bedroom for a few months and stayed with my dad and helped out in the garden, helped build the last bits of the ramp and stuff.
Sick.
So, yeah, that was cool.
Were you around for that, or were you out of town?
Yeah, I was out for most of it, but I got a few weeks to hang out with them. Yeah,
that's cool. So like Matthew and your old man just hanging out.
Yeah,
sick.
Yeah.
Would you have rather had a vert ramp or a mini ramp? Vert's a little extreme. People always like dream of like a mini ramp, and you're just like, I have a vert ramp now. Yeah, I know exactly. But like, if you could choose, would you?
A vert ramp.
Vert ramp, yeah. I was about to say, you seem like the vert ramp kind of guy anyway. Because people usually aspire to get like a mini ramp in their house like one day, and you're just like, I have a vert ramp straight up.
Yeah. Yeah,
jeez, that's
cool.
Nuts. So what's going on? Like, you had a crazy year last year. It's going to be pretty hard to top that, but I'm sure you got plans for this year. Traveling and stuff. What's on the agenda?
Okay, so because I managed to hit all the French contests, the FISE French contest last year, I won like a golden ticket to go to every stop of the world tour next year. So
that's what they call a golden ticket, and then they just fly you everywhere.
Yeah.
Well, that's crazy.
Yeah.
They take more care of people than like sponsors do.
Yeah.
They're like a sponsor, it seems.
Yeah,
like.
it is pretty much.
Wow.
I didn't know that they took care of people like that. It's so sick.
Yeah.
They got a lot of money.
Yeah.
They got a lot of money.
Proper.
So how long is that? That the feast is like like March to November or something like that?
I think the first stop.
I was just talking to one of the guys who worked the other day.
I think it's in April. Maybe.
April?
Yeah.
And the first one's Montpellier?
In Saudi Arabia, and then the next stop is Hiroshima again in Japan, and then Montpellier, the original one, and then after that there might be a new stop popping up, because last year the Budapest stop got cancelled, and then so maybe, who knows, maybe South Africa or
They picked
like
some
that.
really cool locations.
Damn, Budapest is
Saudi
random.
Arabia?
Yeah, Budapest is random.
Yeah. So yeah, and then obviously the last stop will be China again, Chengdu. I've been there for 4 years now on the trot. So
that's great. And then what? Back to Australia?
And then hopefully, yeah.
So that's your whole year right there.
Yeah.
That's busy.
Yeah.
You're busy. Are you like filming any parts or anything like that, or you just no time for anything? Like?
I've just been filming with Dom in Australia. That was cool. Yeah, we got.
Dom's in the chat too, by the way. He said 3 kissy faces.
Shout out Dom.
So are you filming like a street part with him in Australia, or are you just filming just to stack footage?
Well, the plan was to go to a big storm drain.
Was that the one you ran in the puddle?
Yeah.
Did anyone see that clip of him running in the puddle? You're not proud of that,
like
I see.
At the clip or after?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess, what was it like? It was just filled up, and
Yeah, it was filled up.
Craig was laughing his ass off watching you
Yeah,
run into that.
Yeah. And we were actually stuck in there, so Cola had to like throw some ropes down. We had to like abseil out of there.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was pretty.
You were like waist deep in that.
Yeah.
So funny. So what happened with that then? Did you go back
I haven't
there?
seen that clip.
You didn't see the clip?
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
It's like a storm drain, big ass storm drain, like fucking 30, 40 feet. And then there's a big puddle in the middle, but like I guess you couldn't really tell how deep it was. And then you tried running across it, like on the wall. You tried making it to the other side where there wasn't a puddle, and you just didn't make it because it was really far. It was like 40, 50 feet long. And he went like halfway through it and slipped down and fell like waist deep in the water in the middle of the storm drain. And I think Craig was the one who posted it on Instagram or something. Maybe you posted it, but he filmed it. And you see Craig like laughing his ass off, like, It's so fucking funny. And he's just like coming out like trying to like climb through the water. But did you go back there? You were trying to do something?
Yeah, so we just tried to hit that storm drain and hit some skate parks on the way, but obviously, yeah, it was full of water. So we ended up just hitting up loads of bowls and cool skate parks and stuff. And Dom's gonna make like whatever Dom films is gonna look graceful and
Amazing,
yeah, of course, yeah. I love everything he does.
So, yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah.
I think he just said he's like in South Africa or something right now.
Yeah, right.
And he's all over the place too, so you're lucky to even be there when he's there.
Yeah.
He's traveling the world too, Mr. World Traveler. I'm trying to think where he is. Yeah, I think he said he was in like South Africa or something. But are you traveling with him at all to do like film anything else, like how you did the Burma one?
Hopefully, yeah, we're gonna plan something like that again. And
Anywhere you want to go that you haven't been yet?
Africa would be cool.
Like what part of Africa?
I don't know.
Just wherever?
Yeah, like I've been seeing on Instagram some Nigerian rollerbladers.
Yeah, those guys are crazy. They are always jumping over shit in the streets and shit. You want to skate with those guys?
Yeah, for
Those,
sure.
those guys love skating. They're just like every day I'm seeing clips out.
And they skate like some rugged ass stuff too. They skate like just whatever they could find. And I guess their like infrastructure is not as modern as I guess like other places are in the world, but they skate whatever they got, and they're just jumping all over the place with rec blades and whatever it may be. That'd be cool to see you like mesh in with that scene. Yeah, and that'd be cool too if like Dom fills something there too, because I know he would make like some crazy story out of it that maybe people don't really know about. And it's, I would love to see you do that. Anywhere else in?
Well, where was the tour video with you and Demetrius George, and you were like surfing on school buses?
Oh, that was like we were like in. That was Ecuador when we were surfing on, but we were like went to Colombia, Ecuador, Peru, and Brazil.
Okay, I want to do that.
Yeah. No, you got to get down
all
there.
surfing on top of the bus the whole time?
Yeah.
No, you would love it because they just like appreciate blading so much down there, and it's such like a good energy, and like hardly anyone goes there from like Europe or the States. So like when people do go down there, they're just like so accommodating, and they want to show you their culture, and they want to like, yo, eat this food. It's like amazing food and really good things. Yeah, it's really rad down there. You would love that.
You never been anywhere in South America?
No.
Yeah. I wanted to go to like Brazil. Brazil looks like it has a cool scene over there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Hopefully FISE gets big enough they could do it down there too.
Yeah.
Little Brazil.
Yeah.
Keep going. Yeah.
He's like, trying to get that golden ticket again.
Yeah, sure.
Get the platinum ticket. So the bowl contest yesterday, were you like training in Bondi for that bowl contest, the Hang Losers Bowl?
Not really.
No. You weren't trying to do like only flip lines in Bondi and shit like that?
No. But yeah, yesterday was cool.
Did you see the backslide he did yesterday? I missed that. I watched like most of it, but I guess I missed it. The backslide on the flat rail, and you like stopped at the end. It was so old school looking. It looked like you had oxygens on. It was just straight laid out backslide, and you stopped at the end, and you held it for like a second, and then you dropped back in. Like everyone thought you were gonna fall, and you just went back in there.
I was trying to make eye contact with the judges while
you're right in front of them. Like pick me. What about how you feeling for the regular contest? You skate the regular contest, right?
Yeah, for sure. I just see how I feel on the day,
Did you skate it at the park?
No, I actually didn't. I just skated the bowl yesterday.
Oh shit, straight to the bowl?
Yeah, but I've skated that park maybe for 10 years.
A bunch of years, yeah.
I haven't got to skate yet the whole time I've been here. Still have my skates on.
I was also wondering, like, because I know you've been traveling the world, but before you left, because you're up in North England, right? Yorkshire is not too far away from Scotland, and you got a close connection with like a lot of the Scottish guys. Do you manage to keep in touch with them and keep skating when you get up there?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and a lot of them are coming, are here right now.
Yeah, I saw a few guys
from Yorkshire.
From Yorkshire and Scotland.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I'm home maybe 1 or 2 months in a year, and then the rest of the year I'm just with my backpack just skating, traveling around, and so it's hard to keep in touch with everyone. But yeah, when I'm back, like I try and have a session with everyone, and try and.
I actually got a funny story, and I think you know it. Like 5 years ago when we were at Summer Clash, Dafik and I were passing by, and we just like walking down the street in like the main center of Berlin, and we just saw someone just like sleeping on their bag, just like walking by. We're like, oh, that's Joe, right there. We're like,
what?
It's like 9 a.m. Joe's just sleeping by the train, and we're like,
you had no idea what he was talking about.
And Dafik and I were like, hey, Joe, you good? And he just woke up and you looked at us and you're like, went back to sleep. And we're like, all right, later. But then I heard like later, like you were mad at Dafik and me for that.
Oh, really?
That's what I heard. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I think from my side of it, I just saw like a picture of someone from, I don't know, yeah.
I think Daffy took a photo.
And then, I was just like, yeah, thanks for waking me up, guys. Like, if I saw like a friend in a foreign country just like sleeping there on the street, rough, I'd be like, yeah, like, help him out, you know, like grab him, even if they don't wake up, like come and help us
a little bit.
We should have dragged it, but
I wasn't mad. I was just, it's all fun, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's the life, you know.
I thought it'd be good to address it right here instead of behind closed doors.
Yeah.
Cool.
Chris Moosdale want to know what your inspirations are, or who your inspirations are for skating.
Inspirations. Of course, Matthew Einemann.
Mm-hmm.
He's a good inspiration, a good friend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Round of applause for Matthew Einemann. And
as like a person or a skater or like both? Because I know he's like a really unique person.
Everything. Good friend. But yeah, too many to say, you know. We take so much inspiration from everywhere.
Everyone.
So, but yeah. Like
traveling with Matt is fun too. Is like one of your favorite things. I guess one of your favorite people to travel with.
Yeah,
Matt?
for sure. Yeah.
He's a deep dude. He's a really deep guy.
Yeah, no, I still haven't met him. Maybe one
Very
day.
powerful energy. Powerful dude.
Yeah. Diago Silva asked what it was like skating for Cirque du Soleil and how that job come to be. I didn't even know you skated for Cirque du Soleil.
Oh yeah. So where was I? I was in Dubai, and I got an email saying, "Would you like to join a Cirque du Soleil show? We're looking for extreme ice skaters." And I was like, yeah, like Cirque du Soleil. I remember watching a video when I was a kid of Cirque du Soleil, and thinking like, wow, like I'd love to just go. It'd be a dream to just see that show, you know. And then like years after that, I actually went to see it, and I was watching it, and like I'd be a dream to be in that show, you know. I'd want to be in that. And then and then that came up, and I had the opportunity to be in Cirque du Soleil, and it was like crazy. So I went with a friend to an ice rink, like the only place in Dubai that had an ice rink. It was a shopping mall, something. Like
was that the one with like
mall.
the snowboard hill in it, or something?
Probably, yeah. And so like the ice rink is one of the biggest attractions of the mall. Like there's always a crowd there, and like I rocked up there and with my friend and said like, hey, I'd like to have a session, like, you know, I'd like to skate. And they're like, okay, you've got 2 minutes, and then they're gonna close the rink, and then there's gonna be like a show from some pros or something. So I had like a black shirt on, and I like buttoned it up, and I said, can I speak to the manager? And the manager came down, and I was like speaking to him, and I was like, yeah, I'm casting for Cirque du Soleil. I'd like to use the rink for 5 minutes, if that's possible. And he was like, yeah, sure. So he, when everyone came off the rink, like I ended up, going on, and I'd not had any experience ice skating.
It was your first
before,
time?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
So
I was about to say,
And you went for a casting for Cirque du Soleil?
casting for ice skating? I could do that. Okay.
Yeah.
So just there I went onto the rink. There's still the crowd watching, you know.
Everyone in the mall?
Yeah. And I just went out, and you know, all the manager and all the staff were watching me, you know, like I was some big deal, you know. And
then what happened?
And my friend's there filming with his camera, and I just like didn't know what to do, so I started to do some like slow motion like movements like this, like like this, and then like did like a 360 and like a little pivot thing, and then left the place, said thank you. We went back to the apartment we were staying in, and I edited it with some skate tricks, and sent it off to them. And then later on that year, I was in FISE at the FISE Montpellier at the spine ramp contest. And when I left the spine, there was a guy and a girl waiting there, and they gave me a card, like a Cirque du Soleil card, and said, we'd love you to join the show. It was like, whoa, like what's going on, you know?
Yeah.
It's pretty nuts. Sorry. And then I was in Roskilde, and they called me up, like, okay, we need you in the show, like ASAP. One of the guys is injured.
Got hurt? Okay.
Yeah. So like I flew out of Roskilde, the
Oh,
festival.
for real? You
Pretty
left
much
right
had
from
to
that?
like sign the contract inside the festival.
What?
There's so much noise and it's so hectic. And then like I pretty much left everyone on like the Friday and was like, see you later guys, like, and I was just covered in mud and like I had no clothes, like all my clothes were so filthy.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I just flew to Canada, like straight out of Roskilde. You've
No.
been there, right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like pretty
It's intense. Yeah.
So you showed up to Montreal with like dirt all over yourself. You're like, I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
Give me a pair of ice skates.
Yeah, and then and went into had an interview with the one of the bosses of one of the high up guys in Cirque, and like they really liked me over there and they wanted me to join the show. But I had so much planned out and it wasn't really what my heart was in at the time. You know, it's like it's ice skating.
Yeah, it's ice skating. You never ice skated before.
Yeah, but I had an amazing experience.
How were you in the show? Were you like good?
Yeah,
what were you doing? Like what?
Were you still doing the long strides in the show? Like,
Yeah, like I don't even get like if you brought yourself to an ice skating rink and you like just do something for like what do you call it, like an audition tape or whatever. Like what would you even do on an ice skating? But like what did they do in the show? Did they have like ramps and stuff? Like
Yeah, they built ramps out of like plexiglass.
and it's just covered. Oh, it's straight plexiglass.
I don't know what it. Yeah, I don't
even know what it is.
Compound, but yeah, it was interesting. Yeah, we had like there was like a big vert ramp, like kind of like a 11 foot vert ramp, which was like this wide, and
of plexiglass and ice.
yeah, and then above that there was another one that just like at the very bottom of the transition it just ended, so you had to like drop down this and then fly off into like a bank, like
That's some
like a
crashed ice
sketchy
shit.
bank. Yeah, it's insane. Yeah.
How long did that last?
So I was there for 3 months, I think, or 2 months, during the creation of the show, and they offered me the contract to do the tour, which was going around America, and they offered me like money that I'd never seen money like that. It was like really well
I was gonna
paid,
ask, like,
you know,
not
just
to be
for
like
skating,
intrusive,
you know?
but like I was gonna ask
Yeah.
what they pay for something like that, Cirque du
Yeah.
Soleil for ice
Yeah,
skating.
it's good.
A lot of money.
Yeah.
So you passed it all up.
Yeah, just to keep skating, to be a freelance rollerblader
Yeah.
and
Jeez.
skate my Solomons. Yeah.
Skate Solomons. Yeah, right. That's a crazy story that you passed that up. Like it's crazy how opportunities just pop up like that because you were just
Yeah.
like in Dubai, got an email, went ice skating in the mall. I want to see that video.
Yeah.
Is that still around?
Yeah, maybe it's on my hard drive somewhere. But yeah.
I could see what you're saying. Like if you're like your heart's not in it, or if it's something that, even though it's exciting for like 3 months to do for a long amount of time, despite them maybe being mundane in comparison to how you used to living, being expressive on blades. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the freedom.
Totally.
I like to be cooped up.
Yeah. It seems like that. the
Have you
way-
ice skated since?
No, actually, I haven't. But I'd love to. It's just, where do I go?
Like where do you go ice skating? Yeah, like what are you
Only
gonna
if they're
do?
hiring, though. That's it.
Yeah.
Only if the opportunity comes up.
Yeah. But my dad reminds me every time we have a chat together, like, why didn't you take that opportunity?
He's mad.
Just like, yeah, it's me. I like to.
It's like, yeah, now you got a vert ramp in your garden.
Yeah.
Isn't that what you always wanted?
Yeah.
Not like a son traveling, making all this money. You want a vert ramp in your garden.
Yeah. That's cool.
That's also the best answer. Yeah, it's me. And he's like, okay,
Uh,
what are you gonna say? You know.
Were you working with like Kevin LaPierre on that, or was that something different?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
He was on
Kevin
the same thing
there,
as you?
Martin Baru, and 2 twins from Crashed Ice, who are like some of the like world champion Crashed Ice skaters.
So some legit people.
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah, they were great.
That's so random that they chose you for ice skating too, because you don't ice skate.
Yeah.
Just randomly, did they give you any pointers when you were doing it, like the world champion crashed ice guys?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, they
Yeah.
were helpful, and we were coached by a legend figure skater called Kurt Browning. He was the first to land a quad in contest.
Wow.
In like I don't know,
Quad,
the
what, like
amateurs or
4
something.
spins, you mean?
Yeah,
Oh,
It's
Quadruple
like a
axle?
1440 from flat.
Oh, shit.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's intense. One more than a 1080. One more full
Yeah.
rotation.
Did those guys train on regular ramps with blades, don't they? I think like I heard stories of like Jimmy Hake and stuff training with those guys. I think it's just
Oh,
regular.
the crashed ice guys.
Not the Crash Ice guys too, but I'm saying like what you were talking about, the Cirque du Soleil thing. Don't they train on regular ramps with rollerblades?
No.
No?
No, you
Maybe
only
it was
train on the ice rink.
Oh, maybe it's something else, or else before they, made it like official.
Yeah, maybe.
Do we got any more questions?
No more questions here. No one had any questions here in the audience.
Can I go skating now?
We got one.
Yeah, we're gonna go skate. We just got one more
got
question,
one from Ray
and then
Mendez.
we'll let you go.
I have a question, and I have some of these questions if you wanted to reference them because I want to
Okay, cool.
plug there. But also just about your comment about your vert ramp. If you can have 20 friends or you can have one James Elms, and that's basically the same thing, right?
Yeah.
So James, props to James Elms, and Matthew Heineman can stay at my house for a couple of months anytime too, because he's just that guy. But so you've been a journeyman for a couple of years now, traveling around the world and doing some really great stuff with skating. But are you taking it as it comes, or do you have like a trajectory or like a bigger picture goals with what you're trying to achieve? Because you're doing a lot. In my opinion, you're one of the most active people in our culture, and really fucking are like, when I think of people that I go like, these are the skaters that are like really doing something right now, you're one of those people.
Oh.
Are you thinking of it that way, or are you taking it as they come, or do you have a bigger picture goal and trajectory where you're moving towards and trying to achieve?
Good question. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't like to plan too far ahead, like, you never know what's going to come up, like, Cirque du Soleil, or someone might contact you about an ice skating show, you never know where it's going to take you, and I just stay focused and skate for me, just skate for the love, and if I'm ever heartbroken, if I'm ever feeling down, I know I can always just go skating, take my mind off it, and yeah, like, I don't know, it's just what I do. I don't question what I'm doing, I just do it, and yeah,
Up to you and your
Just day by day.
yeah.
putting it back out there in the world.
Yeah, it depends. Like, if there's a point where I won't be getting paid for what I do, I'll still be doing it. Like, it's just something that's in there.
That's the
Yeah.
definition for me of a soul skater, man. Somebody that's really doing it for love and passion and really no other motivation besides that.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, you are a soul
Good
skater.
question.
Thanks.
From Ray Mendez.
Keep doing it, so it's all him.
Totally.
He is.
Well, yeah. Joe, thanks for taking the time to speak to us.
So I can go skating?
No, not yet. Wait.
Okay.
No, just kidding. No, but Joe, seriously, thanks for spending your time with us and talking with us, and
Thank you
hopefully
so
we can
much.
do it again soon.
Thanks, guys.
It was a pleasure having you on.
Yeah.
Thank
And
you
now you
everybody
can
for
go
watching. Thank you everybody.